Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast, is brought to you by the Friends in Recovery community, a thriving network of individuals who are fighting back against the stigma of addiction. Join our hosts as they speak up about the real issues of addiction, treatment, and recovery. Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast, is available on Facebook, Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, here are your friends in recovery.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Friends in Recovery podcast. I'm your host, Jersey Ed, along with Dan the Man. What's up, Dan the Man?
Oh, man, living my best life over here, man. I couldn't wish to be any other place but doing this podcast with you on
That's right. This is living the life, right? While everybody else is having their own stuff in the world, doing whatever they want, and we're here just living the life on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
if
it.
That makes any sense. My whole thing just went down. Hold on. What is going on? All right, here. All right, back. Sandy's here. Hey, Sandy, what's going on? Good to see you. Sandy, you missed the lifelong wellness mastermind group. Get with it. Anyways, welcome to Friends in Recovery, guys. We are not here for lifelong mastermind classes. We're here for, but if you do want to get on a lifelong, should we just do a lifelong coaching thing and just start putting it under Friends in Recovery?
You could.
Right?
You could. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, my wife would cut it off real quick. Bambi would cut it off real quick. Beth would probably drive to my house and stop me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, but let's see. So it's Saturday morning. Dan and I just decided to do a podcast. We got a lot going on, a hectic week. That's what life is about. Hectic weekend. I am traveling. Well, before I get into any of that, I just want to give you guys all the information, how to get a hold of us. Dan, do you have an email yet for Friends in Recovery for anything?
I don't.
Did you? All right. I will have to we'll make up a Gmail account like Dan the Man or something. I don't know, whatever, and we'll get it on there. But if you guys want to email me, Ed, what is it? jerseyed218@gmail.com. You can email the show at our new email address. It's friendsinrecoverycommunity@gmail.com. And our website is friendsinrecoverycommunity.org. The 800 number, a non-emergency 800 number is 800-989-6504. It's 1-800-989-6504. And that is all the business that we have to do, except for this. Listen to this commercial right here, right now.
Are you a rebel seeking transformation in your recovery journey? Then 366 fucking days sober is the book for you. 366 daily meditations. This book by the SoberPod Recovery podcast host and professional rebel, Carl, will help guide you towards a new way of thinking and living. Each daily meditation offers a fresh perspective, practical advice, and a healthy dose of Carl's irreverent humor to help you stay sober and embrace the challenges of life without drinking, drugging, or shitting your pants. Whether you're just starting your recovery journey or looking for a daily dose of encouragement and laughs, 366 fucking days sober is the book for you. So, if you're ready to transform your life and become the rebel you were meant to be, get your copy of 366 fucking days sober today. Available today on Amazon.com.
All right. Welcome back, guys. Buy the book. There it is. I have mine somewhere. Hold on. You know what? I didn't hold my book up last week, and you held yours up. And hold it up. There you go. You got to hold it up. That's it. See? Huh? So buy the book, guys. That's how we pay Carl. 3 cents at a time, guys. 3 cents
at a time.
To
pay that Bentley payment.
That's right. So, Dan, I'm kind of out of sorts today. I'm not home. I'm in my daughter's lovely apartment here in unknown areas of New Jersey. and had to have a secret passcode and a knock to get in, and I had to climb around and under different things. And my daughter works for the CIA, so
secret handshake to get in.
Secret handshake and all that stuff. So, but I'm traveling this week, so I'm out of sorts a little bit. I've got another couple days to go till I get home. Actually, next Friday I'll be home, so I'll be gone almost 11 days, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. Our routines, right? Our routines, what we do normally. I'm in different hotels. I stayed in different hotels at the beginning of the week. I'm at my daughter's house till Sunday, and then on and on and on and on. So the routine of life, isn't that what the reading's about today? Routines, right? Or I think it is.
It's about
right?
Discipline.
Yep. So about discipline, and it's actually a good reading. First, I read it this morning, and I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe we will or we won't read it, but and actually, it is really good. But before you read it, I want to check in with you. How are you doing, Dan the fucking man? It should be Dan the fucking man. I'm going to change it. Dan the fucking man.
I'll do that right after this reading.
That's right.
Listen, man, I'm doing good. And there was a thing in the daily reflection the other day that just hit me when I did my Thursday night meeting. And
which I missed. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all fine. So it said that fear reduced or eliminated and having economic circumstances improve are two different things. And it also said that all of your economic insecurities will leave us in sobriety. And, since I've been sober, that hasn't been any more truer. And I've realized that, just on Thursday. So since that day, it's just been, every day's been a good day for me. It's like, it's hard to explain how, having that meeting made me feel since that day. So today's a good day.
Today is a good day, right? We woke up sober. We woke up, happy. Well, we don't necessarily have to wake up happy, but you sounds like you woke up happy, and
I did. I definitely did.
What's her name?
Who?
You said you woke up happy. What's her name? Get it?
Yeah.
Not that happy. All right.
I woke up happy. What is her name? Shit.
Oh, she just left. I don't know her name.
You gotta go. Come on.
I'm doing a podcast on recovery here. I'm not supposed to be doing this shit. No, but today we don't have to do that, right? That's not in the cards today to do stupid shit like that.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, it's nice to have somebody in your life and all that, but like those days are over, thank God, and we don't have to like engage in that bullshit stuff, mind games and whatever it is, but so what was the meeting about? Okay, tell me again. I'm sorry, I was too busy making a mindless plug to Sandy that I have a few open coaching sessions left.
So it was about the financial burden being lifted.
Oh yeah.
Sobriety, the fear of insecurities, all being lifted, and once you have the gift of sobriety, and all those things happened for me, and subconsciously, or non-subconsciously, you just don't think about that. If you're living your life every single day and you're just going about it, doing the things that you're supposed to do, and let's put it this way, right? If I'm living a life for my higher power, for what he wants me to do, right? He's giving me the tools and I'm laying it out there to do what he wants me to do. He's going to provide me with what I need, right? So every single day, I'm not looking to spend whatever money that I have in my pocket anymore. So my life doesn't revolve around what's in my pocket.
Yeah.
So that fear of economical, turmoil has been lifted. And that's true. It's like the fear of that spending what's in my pocket, right? Like,
I have to get something. Well, basically that's just to make you feel good. That quick dopamine hit, you buy something you don't need. I mean, we all do it every once in a while, right? But, people have spending problems and, so it's a perfect example. So I'm going, a buddy of mine, we're going hiking up in Hunter Mountain tomorrow in New York. And on this road trip, I have to pack a lot of clothes for all these days. And I'll get back to your story because I want to talk to you about something what you're just talking about. But so I didn't have any room, and I didn't even think of because it's cold up here in the Northeast, and so I bought a pair of shorts and a sweatshirt to go hiking, and it's going to be 18 degrees tomorrow when we hit the trail. I'm like, what am I thinking? But I had to go to a sports store and get some gear, right? And of course, I made sure. Then as I'm buying it, I'm like, do I really need this? This is stupid. I should just cancel the hike. I got it all at home. I'm doing doing this shit again. I'm buying it, but I'm like, sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you have to, got to do it. Yeah. And if you think it through, and that's also, we have to be careful that bullshit kind of in our heads, like putting us down all the time. Do you really need an extra pair of pants? Well, what am I going to do? Freeze on the fucking mountain? Right. Yeah, right. I do need an extra pair of pants, Right. So I'm training for a climb in the summer. So we're climbing this mountain to be part of our training. So it kind of have to do it, and so that was just that. But can you talk about what you're doing at work now? Or no, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So financial, if you do the right thing comes financially, promotion at work, family, friends, all that stuff. So Dan, is a hard worker. Him and I work together. He's a hard worker, and he got recognized for, well, you tell him what what happened.
So throughout the course of my employment with working with Ed and the company that we work for, I've been lucky enough that I've been able to, show the skills that I have and work my way up through the company, and finally got an offer in there to be a supervisor on one of the other departments. Mm-hmm. And it just goes to show that, there is.
Let's not take this lightly. You got a promotion at work, not an offer. You got a promotion at work because of all the hard work that you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is true. Yeah. And the thing, the great thing about that is, and the good thing about with where we work is the support and, having, the boss that I have now, she's like, I love you. You're great. Thank you. I support you. And just all of the support that I've gotten and everybody who is just backing me with this promotion that I got and being able to step into this role to help guide the people that I'm going to be supervising, and I think it's going to be great. And, I'm excited for it. Mm-hmm. I'm just out of this world excited for it.
Mm-hmm. And listen, if you didn't deserve that promotion, you wouldn't have got it.
I know.
That's how you have to look at it. It's like, I love when people get promoted. I love when people, work really hard on themselves, because what you did is worked hard on yourself, and it kind of just shows in other parts of your life. Other parts of your life. And that's how shit happens. I mean, listen, if I didn't trust you, or, this podcast has been on for a long time, and I worked really hard to get 6 viewers to watch us. Okay. Every week. And I'm not going to put anybody just on this show. You know what I mean? All kidding aside, and your recovery is great. Your work ethic is great. Showing up. I mean, I just texted you not too long ago, an hour ago, let's do a podcast. Let's do it, whatever it takes, to help others. And that's the important part. I think that you and I recently got promoted too at our job. But I think what we need to look at is that we're willing to help others, right? We're willing to not put our needs aside. We're willing to take care of ourselves, but also teach others how to grow.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that's where servant leadership comes into play.
Yes. Yeah.
And, that was one of the big things for me is, I don't want an office. I want to be on the floor. I just want to be an extension of that team to help them grow, empower the people, provide the training so everybody can feel empowered, all that needs done is that communication. Let me know what you need. How can I help you? Mm-hmm. How can I help you help yourself? Mm-hmm. And, a lot of people think that, when you're a good leader, it means answering the phone and answering the questions. That's not what a good leader is all the time. There's always a time to answer somebody's questions. But if somebody asks you a question and you challenge them to come up with the answer on their own,
even a couple answers, right?
Right. So, the 1-3-1, one question, 3 solutions, 1 outcome. What's the solution to it?
Yeah.
And, that's just how I look at it. And, I'm going into this role and, I look at you, Ed, as a great servant leader, throughout your position and what you do. You're always there to support your team and do all the things, and that's why, when people in this business, we surround ourselves with people that will empower us, help us grow, build us up, help us, guide us in all the right directions, whether it's in this field or any field in general.
Yeah.
That's what people do. If they're sober, if they're, especially people in recovery, you're gonna flock to somebody who's strong in recovery, who knows about it, who's going to give you the knowledge, give you all the tools that you need, and then help you grow. Right. And, that's what I did. And from where my standpoint is, I feel like a lot of people do that where they are, and it's not a bad stance to take, but once you get up to the positions where we are at this point, we're now standing, where we are, and we have a smaller circle,
Yeah.
And, that's why I stay tight with everybody that I'm tight with. And I think that, communication is key. And, I think that this move is going to be good for me. It's going to be good for the team. It's going to be good for everybody.
It's going to be good for everybody in every part of your life too, because it's going to help you grow in every part of your life. So I want to ask, I like how you said servant leadership, right? That's what we strive for where we work, right? I want to know what your thoughts are. What's the difference between a leader and a boss?
A boss is going to tell you what to do. Right? I need you to do this, do that, do that. A leader is going to show you how to do it. And let you do it,
and let you fall on your head, right? And let you get a couple of bruises, get back up again, and figure out how to do it again, right? I mean, that's how you do it. Go push that button over there. I need you to do it right now. Go push it. Okay, boom, push the button, come back. Now what, boss? Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Oh, okay, go push that button over there. Okay. Yeah, and what are you teaching somebody?
Right.
How to respond to a command, not to think for themselves. Like when you want, so the leader, a servant leadership is, let's help everybody, be there for them, of course, but let them figure it out themselves. Don't push, don't demand things from people. I mean, of course you have to sometimes, there's a fine line of, like knowing things and asking for things and following up for some things and saying, listen, this is how we need to do this. And, if we can just kind of stay in this lane instead of that lane, there's all different, I mean, it's not like we're just have at it. I'm sitting back here and, you guys just do your thing. That's not what we do. That's not, it's a great, God, I love surrounding myself with like-minded people. I love it. I just love being around, other people who love to grow, other addicts and alcoholics, sober people. I mean, people who aren't even in recovery, but I just love it. So I was in a meeting the other day and it was a bunch of people from churches, right? And I got to go. First of all, it was like 20 pastors, and then they were all around the table, and I had to follow like the 20 pastors. Like, I'm like, there's no way I'm following this whole shit that they're doing, right? And they were good. They were really, really good. So basically, I just said, you know what, guys, each and every one of you guys in here, are in my wheelhouse. I'm learning something for each and every one because I don't have time for anything else. I don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time. And then when I said that, I'm thinking to myself, whoa, these guys may or may not like that. But it's true though. Yeah. Like, as we get older, even if we can figure out when we're younger, if we can figure it out, not to fuck around with nonsense, right? Because what does it get you? Nothing. Gets you nowhere, right? I mean, is it fun sometimes? Is it? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying, don't have fun, but there's certain people in your life. And my suggestion would be, I don't care if you're in recovery, not in recovery, or if you have a circle of friends in recovery or whatever it is, look at those circle of friends, right? And let's see what kind of value you're adding to their lives and what kind of value they're adding to your life. Because we may grow out of our circle or that circle of friends, right? We may have to find another circle of friends because we may not be learning from them, or it may not be our level. And I shouldn't say our level, but it may not be what we're looking for, right? So just Neil's talk on it, but don't tell Neil I cut him out of my circle of friends. Just kidding, Neil. You're right there in my circle of friends. I love you, brother. But no, that's how we have to look at it. We can't really just say, okay, I'll be your friend. Like Oprah Winfrey, I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. Right? That circle of friends has to be really tight, close, and freaking like right on, man. Because you know what? If I'm gonna fall, or if I need something from somebody, I know that tight knit circle of friends. Neil's one of them. Neil, I need this. Blah blah. Yeah, I'm on it. Let's meet. Let's whatever it is. Neil is right there for me. He is that guy. I have a couple other ones, like you, Dan, with and a couple other people that I can, boom, be on it with it.
Yeah.
And that's what life is about, and that's how we grow, right? And that's how we can grow with others, especially being in the role that you're going into, right? We have to make sure that we teach these people, because I'm a firm believer in that. I want somebody to work just as hard as I am to get my position, right? And I'm working hard to get another position, whatever it is. If we don't like that growth, that, and I'm not saying I'm out to take somebody's job, but what I'm saying is that learn everything so we're ready for that next position, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. It could be a father or a mother if you're brand new and if you're having a family or whatever. It could be a job promotion. It could be a new house. It could be a new car. It could be, I don't know, something simple as just I don't know, a change of food or your diet, And if you're not open to it, everybody could say, yeah, I'm going to change my diet. Yeah, I'm going to become a better dad. Yeah. But if there's no action behind it, there's nothing going on there.
Yeah.
So anyways, so that's kind of what was going on with Dan. He got a promotion at work and life is good for him now, and he deserves it. Dan, you deserve everything you get. End of story. That's it. You deserve everything you get.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate that.
Anyways, but
if Jill, I wish that we could have Jill on here so that she could be like, Dan, if you only knew.
Man, it's not good, Dan.
Yeah,
it's not good.
You're right. Yeah, you just wait. Yeah.
She'll come back on. She's getting settled into her position too. So, but anyways, well, how do you apply that into your, now listen, I know my life is a lot about work, right? It's a huge part of my life, and I'm trying to tone it down a little bit and add more family, more friends into that box. I call it my life box. I'm trying to not that I'm trying to work more efficiently, not always be around like, hey, look at me. You know what I mean? Just try to work more efficiently. How do you add that into your, let's not even talk recovery. Let's just talk your everyday life. Like, how do you add servant leadership into your everyday life? Like non-working life, personal.
By just being a good example, doing all the right things, and I think that just by continuously doing just that, following through, doing what you say, and for me, my circle is small outside of work.
Yeah.
So it's not like, for me, it would come down to the small stuff, like to lead by example, turn my blinker on when I'm turning while driving, to the smallest things, like doing the things to continue to do the right thing every single day, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And, cause, I have 2 kids, so that they sit back and they, 5-10 years ago, they're thinking, the total opposite of where I am today. So, I have to continue to set this example that this is the way that life is. So by being a good servant leader in my daily life, sets the tone now, for where I am and like what the expectations are, just in daily life for family, for, job, for friends, for all that, like what I'm willing to put up with, what I'm willing to allow, like having limits and setting boundaries, in personal life.
Absolutely. Well, you bring up a good point. My mentor and a coach that I had in a group coaching, Jesse Itzler, he's wonderful. If you guys don't know him, look him up. Look up on YouTube. I think you've listened to it, and a lot of us listen to it. The Words We Speak Matter, guys. You gotta listen to that. That's an amazing 8 minutes video that will just change your mind. It'll blow your mind. But he always says, how you do anything is how you do everything. Right? From what you said, from the blinker, turning your turn signal on, to helping others, donating your time, to all the way to work, whatever it is. So that small thing, all right, well, I'll just throw the pen there and I'll pick it up later. Well, how quickly will it take me to put it away? That's how quickly it took it, right? So now the pen's going to be there. The wife's going to walk. Well, my daughter's. I'm at my daughter's going to walk in and say, my dad's a slob. Why would he just throw the pen there, right? When all it took was just to do that and put it away, And, we have to be considerate of others. So that small thing, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if I'm just taking a pen, throwing it there, what am I doing with my clothes? What am I doing with my money? What am I doing with my friendships, my relationships, my job, right? So if we don't, if it goes back to that, you ever read that book, Make your bed in the morning, or I forgot what Make Your Bed, it's called, I believe. It's a quick, short book by an admiral in the Navy. It's an amazing book. I forgot the guy's name. If anybody knows what it is, give us a shout out here. But if you make your bed in the morning, that's, it's the hardest thing to do. Like, you just get up and you don't want to make your bed. But see, how hard is it to make a bed? Like, pull the covers over him. And I'm not saying, bounce a quarter off of it and, be ready for inspection in the morning. I'm just saying, make your bed, right? Make your bed. It's the basic things in life. So if we can't make our bed in the morning, how are you gonna learn and grow? And Neil had a question here. Well, what do you find the most difficult part of these skills? What things might frustrate you, and how do you manage to teach, learn, and grow? That's a good question. It does get frustrating sometimes, right? Because, this morning when I got up late, which was a half hour, it wasn't much, but still, it still frustrates me. Then I'm like, well, I don't have time to make the bed. Well, yeah, I do. I do have time to make the bed. It'll take 3 minutes, not even 3 minutes. That's if I'm I guess I'm crawling on the floor trying to make the bed in 3 minutes. But, it's just the little things that we have to overcome, right? We have to overcome those those mindsets and those boundaries that we always put on our thinking, right? And trying to, kind of, here it is, Admiral William H. McRaven. That's who wrote the book. Thank you, Stormy. Appreciate it. Yeah, it is a great book. If anybody's wondering like what we're doing here, we're reading from Facebook Live. So if you guys, if you guys want to get on Facebook Live and send us comments, you have to join Friends in Recovery Community of Support. And you can listen to us probably every Saturday live here. So anyways, so what's your thoughts on that, Dan, about it getting frustrated and growing and learning and all that? Dan's like, fuck, I have no opinion on that shit.
Well, I'm reading Neil's thing right now. So
yeah,
the first one that he said was, Dan, how do you know when you have hit a limit? What signals in your body, mind to alert you? So here's the thing. I do a training on burnout, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm doing another one in August, I think, for the whole facility for where we work, right? And listen, when you know that you're in burnout, it's hard to get out. Listen, if you're tired, you need to, that's it, like, especially in the line of work that we do, that's it. You either make sure that you stay hydrated, drink water, sit down, take your breaks, always take your lunch, Make sure that
always take your lunch, take your breaks. Absolutely.
Yeah. You have to continuously do these things, reach out to one person a day that's not in your office, not affiliated with work, and, these are just self-care things to stop you from getting to that point. But once you get to that point, it's hard to get out.
Well, it's also hard to notice that you're at that point, right? Because like once you're in it, like, well, they need me to do this. They need me to do that. I have to do this for them. I have to do that for them. And no, you don't. What's your job description, right? What is it? And because most of the time when we get burnt out, I believe that we're going above, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't go above and beyond, but we're really taking too much on that we really can't handle. That's to me, that's burnout.
Yeah, and just overextending yourself. Yeah, that's really what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Overextending yourself, absolutely. And listen, of course we all want to do better at our jobs, in our lives and whatever. Of course we'll overextend ourselves here and there. But when, like you said, you have to recognize it and slow down, make that phone call. And there's nothing wrong with making a phone call during the day. There's nothing wrong with taking your lunch. And then there's nothing wrong with going above and beyond, because those little increments during the day that you're taking time for yourself is going to kind of help you get through all that, just like you said, and this way you're not burning yourself out nonstop, like, I don't know. I can relate to all that. So, let's see what else. Neil said something about making your bed. It's not about the task of making your bed. It's about listening to the attitude, the self-talk inside your body, and exactly what it is. Like, I don't have time to make my bed. I got to get out the door. Well, why don't you have time to make your bed? Because you hit the alarm clock 17 fucking times, and now you're fucking, you got 7 minutes to get ready for work, out the door and to work, and work is 20 minutes away. Right? That's what happens, because you're not putting self first. You're thinking that hitting that snooze and all that works. It doesn't work. Hitting the snooze. I'm a firm believer, guys. The minute, I mean, if you're waking up at 3:00 in the morning, no, but the minute you get up, the minute the alarm clock goes off, I don't use an alarm clock. I can just say, okay, I'm going to get up at this time, blah, 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 whatever. The minute you get the alarm clock goes off, put your feet on the floor. That's it. Don't even stand up. Just switch over and put your feet on the floor. I don't care if you're still laying on that pillow. Put your feet on the floor and then bring your body up, because you're halfway there, right? So, get halfway up. And those 3 minutes or those 7 minutes or those 10 minutes in the morning, it's not going to make a fucking difference all day long. It really isn't. Because you're done. You're not going back into REM sleep. You're not going back into whatever sleep it is. You're just procrastinating, right? You're just wishing that the day would go by. You close your eyes and the day would go by, but it's not going to happen. It's going to make even more. People think, all right, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes does it make me more productive? No, it's not, because you're going to get up late. You're going to keep running around. You're not going to have time for self in the morning. You're not going to have time to read your fucking 366 fucking days sober. You won't have time for that. There you go. You won't have time to meditate. You won't have time to take care of yourself in the morning, right? And that's because you hit the snooze button. Think about it. If you don't hit the snooze button, think how the day would go. Much better, right? Anyways, I can go off on this tangent. 100 miles an hour with it all. I know we've been all over the place on this, so. but it's all about taking care of yourself. Everything we talked about today is taking care of yourself, right? First, so we can help other people, so we can, kind of lead the way we need to lead. You don't want to lead by getting to work late every day, right? You don't want to lead by telling, I hit the snooze alarm 30 times this morning. And what do you think your employees are going to do? Well, he's hitting the snooze button and I can do it. He's 10 minutes late. I can be 5 minutes late, and that all shows, and it all comes back to our recovery, right? It all comes back to what we do for ourselves. It all comes back to the steps, the promises, how you started the show. The fear of everything will lead, not everything, but the fear that needs to leave us will leave us. We need a little fear in ourselves so we can get through certain situations. Yeah. But that fear of I can't do anything, I can't go out, can't spend money, I spent too much, blah blah blah. When's the next shoe gonna drop? That all goes away once we start taking care of ourselves. So I don't know. That's my rant. Anything on your end before we close?
No, I love that. That was good. And just the thing about the snooze alarm, right? I could have hit the snooze on my career a long time ago. I could have said, I'm good right where I'm at, but, and this is for everybody in the audience too, every single day you need to do something to make yourself better today than you were yesterday, or do something today to make yourself better tomorrow. The fruits of your labors will eventually pay off. I'm a living testament of that. Ed's a living testament of that. And everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook Live, everybody's a living testament of that. I believe in you. We believe in you.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll close with this. It's funny because I was just reading a book this morning, and it said, when we see people like Michael Jordan or you or I or anybody who's successful, right? They don't see the behind the scenes stuff. Like, and even a simple example they gave in the book is that in the morning, I don't have hair, but you have hair. But in the morning, you're going to work or you're going to a dinner or somewhere, you're going out, you do your hair, you take some time to do your hair, you get dressed up nice, you pick different clothes out. It takes you a little bit of time to do all that, right? Then you walk out the door and you show up to somebody, the business meeting you're at or the work meeting you're at or whatever it is, all well put together, but nobody's seen everything behind the scenes, right? And that goes for every part of our lives. If that's recovery, if that's working hard, nobody knows, Dan, all the hard work that you did, right? Up until this point when you announced you got a promotion. Oh, that guy got a promotion. Whoa, how did he get that? Right? Was he sucking the boss's dick? No. He get a fucking promotion, right? You get a promotion by working hard, by closing that door and doing what you do. And that goes for everything. That goes for any part of your life, not just work. You just show up and you keep doing what the next right thing is. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. We just threw this podcast quickly together. Sorry, Carl, we did not read out of the book today, but I think we kind of skirted around what today's reading was about. And if not, you guys got to buy the book and look at what date is it today? The March 23rd. Buy the book and read it, guys, and then send us an email. There it is, guys. Stay sober, everybody.
This concludes this episode of Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast. Follow us on Facebook for past shows and updates, and enjoy free access to twice daily support meetings. Friends in Recovery, the Addiction Recovery Podcast, is available on Facebook, Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.